Hey guys, welcome back. Welcome back. So in this next video, I will be painting another pair of sunglasses, the same ones that you have seen me wearing just now. Um, just a little disclaimer, I couldn't see a thing through those glasses, and I've had a few people ask me, you cannot see through these. These are actually meant to just go up on display as an art piece and not actually something that you can wear. So in the upcoming video, you'll see how I made these sunglasses. Let me know in the comments what you think, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and hit that bell notification. I'll see you in the next one. Peace. We start off again with the pencil outline so that you can get a visual of where you want your piece to be in proportion to anything else you've placed there. I started off camera with these black lines. I had an idea of an egg cracking and something either peering in or out, and so I ran with that. But I realized really quickly, because I didn't want to outline the scales in black, that once I started to paint it, I actually wouldn't be able to see my pencil lines anymore. But it did help me get a good visual of where I wanted everything placed in conjunction to the cracking egg. So even though in the end I couldn't see the pencil lines, it did help me still kind of position everything for that side of the lens. This piece actually has a lot of layering of colors, a lot of blending of different colors to get the look that I wanted. And with Angela's paints, and with paints in general, you want to make sure that the paint is dry before you put on the next layer. Otherwise, you will just be taking off that layer that you put. The biggest thing that I had to be very quick about was blending colors. I wanted certain colors to almost gradient into the next and have a certain look when I was making the base color for the scales of this dragon. So because acrylics dry so quickly, you have to be very quick with getting the next color down. I did use water to help with this process to keep it a little bit wet, so that when I went to the next color and brought it in, the color that I had just put down would still be a little bit wet, so I could blend it in without taking away any layers I had already placed down. Now when I get to the actual iris portion, I actually decided to make it so that the layers would peel away, so it gave a different kind of blending effect that I think worked really effectively for giving a pop to the eye. So as I mentioned earlier, you want the acrylics to dry fully, so that way you're not lifting off the paint that you already placed down. However, I wanted the eye to have a different, more kind of surreal look to it. And when I was painting and saw the paint lifting off and I was seeing the colors underneath, I decided to use that to my advantage, using not only the brush I was painting with, but I would take a dry brush and remove some of that paint. So the outer layers were the top layers of color, but that center of the eye was actually the layers that I had already placed underneath showing through, and it gave a different effect, a different surreal effect when I blended it all together. And I think that really made the eye pop in the end and look very different, something more like what a dragon would have versus, you know, our normal eyes as it is right now. So you'll notice here that this side of the lens now is completely different from how it looked previously in the video. I decided that I didn't want to have eyes on both sides. Again, I wanted to tell a story with this. And I realized that those jagged lines of an egg cracking would just result in the same thing that I had already done on the other lens. So I decided to still make it as if something was peering out, but with a different background basically, or foreground background. So I decided to go with more of a cave look. So the one side the dragon's looking in on an egg hatching, and the other side something is watching from a cave or from a broken down castle, as you can see with the bricks, looking out at something. And I thought more of the baby now is looking out at the mother dragon who is flying through the air. So I really wanted to tell a story with this, and I think it was conveyed. Again, here with the blending, I was trying to be very quick so I wouldn't lift off the paint that I had placed down, but would be able to actually blend these acrylic paints into a sunset very nicely. It took me a few tries. I'm not going to say I'm a master at this by any means. It took me a few tries and a few layers, but I think I eventually got the blending to work. Again, let me know what you think of this piece that I made here. Let me know what you think the story is as well in the comments below of this dragon looking in and the dragon flying. You know, what's happening here? What's the story? I personally think it's a mother dragon looking in on her baby, and the baby is then looking out at the mother dragon, who is basically, you know, defending her home. But let me know what you think the story is. Let me know how I did here, and I'll see you in the next video.